Shoes. Noun. A protective covering for the foot, with a bottom part composed of thick leather or plastic sole and often a thicker heel, and a softer upper part made of leather or synthetic material. Shoes generally do not extend above the ankle, as opposed to boots, which do. Verb. To put shoes on one's feet. Owning. Verb. To have rightful possession of property, goods or capital. To have legal title to. Verb. To grant, give, rang. Verb. Of a bell, etc., to produce a resonant sound. Basketball. Noun. A sport in which two opposing teams of 5 players strive to put a ball through a hoop. Kind. Noun. A type, race or category. A group of entities that have common characteristics such that they may be grouped together. Prevent. Verb. To stop, an outcome, to keep from doing something. Insufficient. Adjective, not sufficient. More. Adverb. To a greater degree or extent. Pronoun. A greater number or quantity of something. Repeat. Noun. An iteration, a repetition. Verb. To do or say again and again. Localized. Verb. To make local, to fix in, or assign to a definite place. Adjective. Limited to a particular area, in a local vicinity only. Bury. Noun. A burrow. Verb. To ritualistically enter in a grave or tomb. Idioms. Noun. A manner of speaking, a mode of expression peculiar to a language, person, or group of people. Institutional. Adjective. Of, pertaining to, characteristic of, or organized along the lines of an institution. Align. Verb. To form a line, to fall into line. Flow. Noun. A movement in people or things with a particular way in large numbers or amounts. Verb. To move as a fluid from one position to another. Developers. Noun. A person or entity engaged in the creation or improvement of certain classes of products. Guest. Noun. A recipient of hospitality, specifically someone staying by invitation at the house of another. Verb. To appear as a guest, especially on a broadcast. Buying. Verb. To obtain something in exchange for money or goods. Noun. The act of making a purchase. Job. Noun. A task. Verb. To do odd jobs or occasional work for hire. Reef. Noun. A chain or range of rocks, sand, or coral lying at or near the surface of the water. Verb. To take in part of a sail in order to adapt the size of the sail to the force of the wind. Onions. Noun. A monocotyledonous plant, Allium cepa, allied to garlic, used as vegetable and spice. Clip. Noun. Something which clips or grasps. A device for attaching one object to another. Verb. To grip tightly. Leaky. Adjective. Having leaks, not fully sealed. Cheek. Noun. The soft skin on each side of the face. Below the eyes. The outer surface of the sides of the oral cavity. Verb. To be impudent towards. Prescriptive. Adjective. Of or pertaining to prescribing or enjoining, especially an action or behavior based on a norm or standard. Opposite. Noun. Something opposite or contrary to something else. Adjective. Located directly across from something else, or from each other. Adverb. In an opposite position. Preposition. Facing, or across from. Blows. Noun. A strong wind. Verb. To produce an air current. Noun. The act of striking or hitting. Noun. A mass or display of flowers. A yield. Verb. To blossom. To cause to bloom or blossom. Sniggers. Verb. To emit a snigger. Childhood. Noun. The state of being a child. Acceptance. Noun. The act of accepting, a receiving of something offered, with acquiescence, approbation, or satisfaction, especially favorable reception, approval. Noun. a conserved property of the light in an optical system which characterizes how spread out the light is in terms of angle and area. It is the product of its cross-sectional area, normal to the direction of propagation, and the solid angle it subtends. Fly. Noun. Any insect of the order Diptera, characterized by having 2 wings, except for some wingless species, also called true flies. Perfectly. Adverb, with perfection. Orientation. Noun, the determination of the relative position of something or someone. Civil. Adjective, having to do with people in government office as opposed to the military or religion. Gun. Noun, a device for projecting a hard object very forcefully. A firearm or cannon. Verb, with down, to shoot someone or something, usually with a firearm. Afraid. Adjective, usually used predicatively, not attributively. Be afraid. Impressed with fear or apprehension. In fear. Rule. Noun, a regulation, law, guideline. Safety. Noun, the condition or feeling of being safe. Security. Certainty. Verb, to secure, a mechanical component, as in aviation, to keep it from becoming detached even under vibration. Expected. Verb, to predict or believe that something will happen. Adjective, anticipated, thought to be about to arrive or occur. Hypothetical. Noun, a hypothetical situation or proposition. Adjective, based upon a hypothesis. Conjectural. Dress. Noun, an item of clothing, usually worn by a woman or young girl, which both covers the upper part of the body and includes skirts below the waist. Verb, to fit out with the necessary clothing. To clothe, put clothes on, something or someone. Abortion. Noun, the expulsion from the womb of a fetus or embryo before it is fully developed, with loss of the fetus, either naturally as a spontaneous abortion, now usually called a miscarriage, or deliberately as an induced abortion. Sequence. Noun, a set of things next to each other in a set order. A series. Verb, to arrange in an order. Indicating. Verb, to point out, to discover, to direct to a knowledge of, to show, to make known. Capsized. Verb, to overturn. Formative. Noun, grammar, a language unit that has morphological function. Adjective, of or pertaining to the formation and subsequent growth of something. Argument. Noun, a fact or statement used to support a proposition. A reason. Verb, nnes, to put forward as an argument. To argue. Offers. Noun, a proposal that has been made. Verb, to propose or express one's willingness to do something. Noun, used in combinations from phrasal verbs. Agent noun of off. Contract. Noun, an agreement between 2 or more parties to perform a specific job or work order, often temporary or of fixed duration and usually governed by a written agreement. Adjective, contracted, affianced, betrothed. Refine. Verb, to purify, reduce to a fine, unmixed, or pure state, to free from impurities. Medal. Noun, a stamped metal disc used as a personal ornament, a charm, or a religious object. Verb, to win a medal. Blockbuster. Noun, a high explosive bomb used for the purposes of demolishing extensive areas, such as a city block. Parcel. Noun, a package wrapped for shipment. Verb, to wrap something up into the form of a package. Adverb, part or half. In part, partially. Illustrator. Noun, a person who draws pictures, especially illustrations in books or magazines. Fiction. Noun, literary type using invented or imaginative writing, instead of real facts, usually written as prose. Complain. Verb, to express feelings of pain, dissatisfaction, or resentment. Dark. Adjective, having an absolute or, more often, relative lack of light. Dispute. Noun. An argument or disagreement. A failure to agree. Verb. To contend in argument. To argue against something maintained, upheld, or claimed by another. Please. Verb. To make happy or satisfy. To give pleasure to. Bargain. Noun. An agreement between parties concerning the sale of property, or a contract by which one party binds himself to transfer the right to some property for a consideration, and the other party binds himself to receive the property and pay the consideration. Verb. To make a bargain. To make a deal or contract for the exchange of property or services. To negotiate. Happiness. Noun. The emotion of being happy. Joy. Verb. To be under an obligation to give something back to someone or to perform some action for someone. Grind. Noun. The act of reducing to powder, or of sharpening, by friction. Verb. To reduce to smaller pieces by crushing with lateral motion. Names. Noun. Any nounal word or phrase which indicates a particular person, place, class, or thing. Verb. Detransitive. To give a name to. Noun. Any of several types of true yam. Dioscorea. Used in Caribbean Spanish cooking. Colors. Noun. The spectral composition of visible light. Verb. To give something color. Evaluate. Verb. To draw conclusions from examining. To assess. Proactive. Adjective. Acting in advance to deal with an expected change or difficulty. Prize. Noun. That which is taken from another. Something captured. A thing seized by force. Stratagem. Or superior power. 60th. Noun. The person or thing in the 60th position. Adjective. The ordinal form of the number 60. Entire. Noun. The whole of something. The entirety. Adjective. Sometimes postpositive. Whole. Complete. Component. Noun. A smaller, self-contained part of a larger entity. Often refers to a manufactured object that is part of a larger device. Adjective. Making up a larger whole. As a component word. Letters. Noun. A symbol in an alphabet. Verb. To print, inscribe, or paint letters on something. Noun. One who lets, or lets out. Noun. Literature. School subject. Noun. An identifying initial of the academic institution that is awarded to a member of a varsity team. It is made from structured cloth, and intended to be sewn to a piece of clothing such as a varsity sweater or varsity jacket. Processed. Verb. To perform a particular process on a thing. Verb. To walk in a procession. Adjective. That has completed a required process. Happened. Verb. To occur or take place. Spent. Verb. To pay out, money. Adjective. Consumed, used up, exhausted, depleted. Educate. Verb. To instruct or train. Social. Noun. A festive gathering to foster introductions. Adjective. Being extroverted or outgoing. Noun. Interactive forms of media that allow users to interact with and publish to each other. Generally by means of the Internet. Noun. A system whereby the state either through general or specific taxation provides various benefits to help ensure the well-being of its citizens. Noun. A 9-digit number issued to citizens. Permanent residents. And temporary. Working residents under Section 205, c. 2, of the Social Security Act, codified as 42 U.S.C. Section 405, c. 2. The number is issued to an individual by the Social Security Administration. Its primary purpose is to track individuals for taxation purposes. Abbreviated as SSN. In recent years, the SSN has become a de facto national identification number. Noun. The study of history, geography, civics, sociology, economics, and other social science subjects, especially in primary and secondary school. B. Adjective. Having from birth, or as if from birth, a certain quality or character. Innate, inherited. Flower. Noun. A colorful, conspicuous structure associated with angiosperms, frequently scented and attracting various insects, and which may or may not be used for sexual reproduction. Verb. To put forth blooms. Application. Noun. The act of applying or laying on, in a literal sense. Along. Adverb. In company. Together. Preposition. By the length of. In a line with the length of. Lengthwise next to. Non. Adverb. To no extent, in no way. Rally. Noun. A public gathering or mass meeting that is not mainly a protest and is organized to inspire enthusiasm for a cause. Verb. To collect and reduce to order, as troops dispersed or thrown into confusion. To gather again. To reunite. Sacrificing. Verb. To offer something as a gift to a deity. Producer. Noun. An individual or organization that creates goods and services. Digital. Noun. A digital option. Adjective. Having to do with digits. Fingers or toes. Performed with a finger. Postponed. Verb. To delay or put off an event. Appointment, etc. Adjective. Done later than originally planned. Delayed. Fault. Noun. A defect. Something that detracts from perfection. Verb. To criticize, blame or find fault with something or someone. Pessimistic. Adjective. Marked by pessimism and little hopefulness, expecting the worst. Consumers. Noun. One who, or that which, consumes. Ghosts. Noun. The spirit, the soul of man. Verb. To haunt, to appear to in the form of an apparition. Provision. Noun. An item of goods or supplies, especially food, obtained for future use. Verb. To supply with provisions. Department. Noun. A part, portion, or subdivision. Missed. Verb. To fail to hit. Adjective. Noun. Grammar. A word that modifies a noun or describes a noun's referent. Verb. To make an adjective of. To form or convert into an adjective. Adjective. Incapable of independent function. Fireman. Noun. Someone, especially one who is male, who is skilled in the work of fighting fire. Drummer. Noun. One who plays the drums. Ink. Noun. A pigment, or dye-based fluid used for writing, printing, etc. Verb. To apply ink to cover or smear with ink. Lasted. Verb. To perform, carry out. Verb. To shape with a last. To fasten or fit to a last. To place smoothly on a last. Glitches. Noun. A problem affecting function. Verb. Especially of machines. To experience an intermittent, unexpected, malfunction. Presence. Noun. The fact or condition of being present, or of being within sight or call, or at hand. Verb. To make or become present. Noun. Audio. The ambient sounds in a room or on a set. Save. Noun. In various sports. A block that prevents an opponent from scoring. Verb. To prevent harm or difficulty. Preposition. Except. With the exception of. Conjunction. Unless. Except. Scope. Noun. The breadth, depth or reach of a subject. A domain. Verb. To perform a cursory investigation of. Scope out. Appendices. Noun. Something attached to something else. An attachment or accompaniment. Crutches. Noun. A device to assist in motion as a cane, especially one that provides support under the arm to reduce weight on a leg. Information. Noun. That which resolves uncertainty. Anything that answers the question of what a given entity is. Proverb. Noun. A phrase expressing a basic truth which may be applied to common situations. Verb. To write or utter proverbs. Dust. Noun. Fine particles. Verb. To remove dust from. Fat. Noun. A specialized animal tissue with a high oil content. Used for long-term storage of energy. Verb. To make fat. To fatten. Adjective. Carrying more fat than usual on one's body. Plump. Not lean or thin. Adjective. Originally African American Vernacular English. Excellent. Cool. Very good. Confirmation. Noun. An official indicator that things will happen as planned. Settled. Verb. To conclude or resolve something. Adjective. Comfortable and at ease, especially after a period of change or unrest. Hottest. Adjective. Of an object having a high temperature. Revoke. Noun. The act of revoking in a game of cards. Verb. To cancel or invalidate by withdrawing or reversing. Actions. Noun. Something done so as to accomplish a purpose. Verb. To act on a request, etc. in order to put it into effect. Sheets. Noun. A thin bedcloth used as a covering for a mattress or as a layer over the sleeper. Verb. To cover or wrap with cloth, or paper, or other similar material. Noun. Collective noun meaning a large amount. When used of rain, or other precipitation. Environmental. Adjective. Pertaining to the environment. Proceed. Verb. To move, pass, or go forward or onward. To advance. To carry on. Avoided. Verb. To try not to meet or communicate with a person. To shun. Credit. Noun. Reliance on the truth of something said or done. Faith. Trust. Verb. To believe. To put credence in. Knocked. Verb. To strike for admittance. To rap upon as a door. Production. Noun. The act of producing, making or creating something. Largest. Adjective. Of considerable or relatively great size or extent. Humanitarian. Noun. A scholar of one of the subjects in the humanities. Adjective. Relating to humanism or the humanities. Noun. A person concerned with people's welfare. A do-gooder or philanthropist. Adjective. Concerned with people's welfare and the alleviation of suffering. Compassionate. Humane. Production. Noun. The act of producing, making or creating something. Circle. Noun. A two-dimensional geometric figure. A line. Consisting of the set of all those points in a plane that are equally distant from a given point. Center. Verb. To travel around along a curved path. Existing. Verb. Stative. To be. Have existence. Have being or reality. Adjective. That exists. Or has existence. Especially that exists now. Seal. Noun. A pinniped. Pinnipedia. Particularly an earless seal. True seal. Or eared seal. Verb. To hunt seals. Binding. Verb. To tie. To confine by any ligature. Noun. An item. Usually rope, tape, or string. Used to hold two or more things together. Adjective. Of an agreement, contract, etc. Imposing stipulations or requirements that must be honored. Pianist. Noun. A person who plays the piano, particularly with skill or as part of an orchestra. Respect. Noun. An attitude of consideration or high regard. Verb. To have respect for. Interjection. Hello. Hi. Fly. Noun. Any insect of the order Diptera. Characterized by having two wings. Except for some wingless species. Also called true flies. Go ahead. Verb. To proceed. To begin. Decades. Noun. A group, set, or series of 10, particularly. Lab. Noun. A laboratory. Barely. Adverb. Degree, by a small margin. Button. Noun. One who adjusts. Especially for the insurance industry's employment title, loss adjuster. Or claims adjuster in the United States. Noun. A knob or disc that is passed through a loop or buttonhole. serving as a fastener. Noun. In a violin family instrument. The carved wooden plug which sits in the bottom block of the instrument. Milk. Noun. A white liquid produced by the mammary glands of female mammals to nourish their young. From certain animals, especially cows. It is also called dairy milk and is a common food for humans as a beverage or used to produce various dairy products such as butter, cheese, and yogurt. Dairy. Noun. Also dairy products or dairy produce. Products produced from milk. Noun. A place, often on a farm, where milk is processed and turned into products such as butter and cheese. Adjective. Referring to products produced from milk. Carrot. Noun. A vegetable with a nutritious, juicy, sweet root that is often orange in color. Daucus carota. Especially the subspecies sativus in the family Apiaceae. Verb. To treat. An animal pelt. With a solution of mercuric nitrate as part of felt manufacture. I. Noun. The name of the Latin script letter I. L. Noun. Liter, liter. Mutable. Noun. Something mutable. A variable or value that can change. Adjective. Changeable. Dynamic. Evolutive. Inclined to change. Evolve. Mutate. Reviews. Noun. A second or subsequent reading of a text or artifact in an attempt to gain new insights. Verb. To survey. To look broadly over. Row. Noun. A line of objects, often regularly spaced, such as seats in a theater, vegetable plants in a garden, etc. Rainbow. Noun. A multicolored arch in the sky, produced by prismatic refraction of light within droplets of rain in the air. Verb. To brighten with, or as with, a rainbow. To pattern with the colors of the rainbow. Adjective. Multicolored. Methods. Noun. A process by which a task is completed. A way of doing something. Followed by the adposition of to or for before the purpose of the process. Verb. To apply a method. Noun. A trick where the boarder grabs the heel edge of the board with their back hand between their feet, and then pulls the board towards their back, while arching their back and bending knees. Dim. Noun. Dimness. Verb. To make something less bright. Adjective. Not bright or colorful. Adjective. Lessened. Reduced. Simpler. Adjective. Uncomplicated. Taken by itself. With nothing added. Noun. One who grows or gathers simples. Medicinal herbs. Assume. Verb. To authenticate by means of belief. To surmise. To suppose to be true. Especially without proof. Homework. Noun. Work that is done at home, especially school exercises assigned by a teacher. Against. Preposition. In a contrary direction to. Conjunction. By the time that something happened. Before. Addresses. Noun. Direction. Verb. To prepare oneself. Misunderstanding. Noun. A mistake as to the meaning of something or a specific point of view. Erroneous interpretation or comprehension. Misconception. Bounce. Noun. A change of direction of motion after hitting the ground or an obstacle. Verb. To change the direction of motion after hitting an obstacle. Cozy. Noun. A padded or knit covering put on an item to keep it warm. Especially a teapot or egg. Verb. To become snug and comfortable. Adjective. Affording comfort and warmth. Snug. Social. Spoonful. Noun. The amount that a spoon will hold, either level or heaped. Schematic. Noun. A simplified line drawing used by scientists, engineers, technologists and others to illustrate a system at an abstract level. Schematic drawings often use standard symbols for clarity. Adjective. Represented too simply or in an overly formulaic way, reflecting a shallow or incomplete understanding of complex subject matter. Masters. Noun. Someone who has control over something or someone. Verb. To be a master. Noun. In combination. A vessel having a specified number of masts. Noun. A master's degree. Booked. Verb. To reserve something for future use. Palace. Noun. Official residence of a head of state or other dignitary, especially in a monarchical or imperial governmental system. Verb. To decorate or ornate. Seal. Noun. A pinniped. Pinnipedia. Particularly an earless seal. True seal. Or eared seal. Verb. To hunt seals. Fantasy. Noun. That which comes from one's imagination. Verb. To fantasize about. Habit. Noun. An action performed on a regular basis. Mom. Noun. Familiar. Mother. Verb. To care in a motherly way. Attended. Verb. To set on fire. Kindle. Verb. To listen to something or someone. To pay attention to. Regard. Heed. Adjective. Attending. Head. Noun. The part of the body of an animal or human which contains the brain, mouth and main sense organs. Verb. To be in command of. See also head up. Adjective. Of. Relating to. Or intended for the head. Clarification. Noun. The act of clarifying. The act or process of making clear or transparent by freeing visible impurities. Particularly, the clearing or fining of liquid substances from feculent matter by the separation of the insoluble particles which prevent the liquid from being transparent. Knob. Noun. A rounded protuberance, especially one arising from a flat surface. A fleshy lump or caruncle. Verb. Of a man. To have sex with. Consent. Noun. Voluntary agreement or permission. Verb. To express willingness, to give permission. Spy. Noun. A person who secretly watches and examines the actions of other individuals or organizations and gathers information on them, usually to gain an advantage. Verb. To act as a spy. Duplication. Noun. The act of duplicating. Mistakenly. Adverb. Wrongly, erroneously. Janitor. Noun. Someone who looks after the maintenance and cleaning of a public building. Confront. Verb. To stand or meet facing, especially in competition, hostility or defiance. To come face to face with. Provider. Noun. One who, or that which, provides a service, commodity, or the means for subsistence. Features. Noun. One's structure or makeup, form, shape, bodily proportions. Verb. To ascribe the greatest importance to something within a certain context. Additionally. Adverb. By way of addition, in addition to, also. Brick. Noun. A hardened rectangular block of mud, clay etc., used for building. Verb. To build with bricks. Adjective. Of weather. Extremely cold. Integrated. Verb. To form into one whole. To make entire. To complete. To renew. To restore. To perfect. Adjective. Composed and coordinated to form a whole. Involved. Verb. To roll or fold up. To wind round. To entwine. Adjective. Complicated. Past. Verb. To change place. Noun. The period of time that has already happened, in contrast to the present and the future. Adjective. Having already happened. In the past. Finished. Adverb. In a direction that passes. Preposition. Beyond in place. Quantity or time. Diabetes. Noun. Diabetes insipidus. Any condition characterized by excessive or incontinent urine. Now specifically as caused by impaired production of, or response to, the antidiuretic hormone vasopressin. Argue. Verb. To show grounds for concluding, that, to indicate, imply. Sinking. Verb. Heading. Physical. To move or be moved into something. Noun. The process by which something sinks. Gynecologist. Noun. A physician specializing in diseases of the female reproductive system. Pointed. Verb. To extend the index finger in the direction of something in order to show where it is or to draw attention to it. Verb. To appoint. Adjective. Sharp. Barbed. Not dull. Insight. Noun. A sight or view of the interior of anything. A deep inspection or view. Introspection. Frequently used with into. K. Noun. A kilobyte, more formally KB or KB. Game. Noun. A playful or competitive activity. Verb. To gamble. Adjective. Willing to participate. Sermon. Noun. Religious discourse. A written or spoken address on a religious or moral matter. Invariance. Noun. An invariant quantity, function, etc. Fear. Noun. A strong, uncontrollable, unpleasant emotion or feeling caused by actual or perceived danger or threat. Verb. To feel fear about something or someone. To be afraid of. To consider or expect with alarm. 60th. Noun. The person or thing in the 60th position. Adjective. The ordinal form of the number 60. Additional. Noun. Something added. Adjective. Supplemental or added to something. Puts. Noun. A right to sell something at a predetermined price. Verb. To place something somewhere. Noun. An idiot. A foolish person. A duffer. Noun. A prostitute. Driver. Noun. One who drives something, in any sense of the verb to drive. Stepbrother. Noun. The son of one's stepparent who is not the son of either of one's biological parents. Meanwhile. Noun. The time between two events. Adverb. During the time that something is happening. Retail. Noun. The sale of goods directly to the consumer. Encompassing the storefronts, mail order, websites, etc., and the corporate mechanisms, branding, advertising, etc., that support them. Verb. To sell at retail, or in small quantities directly to customers. Adjective. Of or relating to the actual or figurative sale of goods or services directly to individuals. Adverb. Direct to consumers. In retail quantities. Or at retail prices. Politely. Adverb. In a polite manner. Confident. Noun. A person in whom one can confide or share one's secrets. A friend. Adjective. Very sure of something. Positive. Commander. Noun. One who exercises control and direction of a military or naval organization. Patients. Noun. A person or animal who receives treatment from a doctor or other medically educated person. Empathetic. Adjective. Showing empathy for others, and recognizing their feelings. Empathic. Reveal. Noun. The outer side of a window or door frame. The jamb. Verb. To uncover. To show and display that which was hidden. Keys. Noun. An object designed to open and close a lock. Verb. To fit a lock with a key. Noun. One of a string of small islands. Noun. In the international system of units. The base unit of mass. Conceived of as the mass of 1 liter of water. But now defined by taking the fixed numerical value of the Planck constant h to be 6.626070015 times 10 to 34 when expressed in units of kilogram. Operator m2. Operator s-1. Symbol. Kilogram. Noun. A stone or concrete structure on navigable water used for loading and unloading vessels. A wharf. Send. Noun. The rising motion of water as a wave passes. A surge. The upward angular displacement of a vessel. Opposed to pitch. The correlative downward movement. Noun. An operation in which data is transmitted. Verb. To make something, such as an object or message, go from one place to another. Push. Noun. A short, directed application of force. An act of pushing. Verb. To apply a force to an object, such that it moves away from the person or thing applying the force. Hero. Noun. somebody who possesses great bravery and carries out extraordinary or noble deeds. Magazine. Noun. A non-academic periodical publication, generally consisting of sheets of paper folded in half and stapled at the fold. Apologized. Verb. Often followed by for. To make an apology or excuse. To acknowledge some fault or offense, with expression of regret for it, by way of amends. Emissions. Noun. Something which is emitted or sent out. Issue. Building. Noun. The act or process by which something is built. Construction. Announced. Verb. To give public notice, especially for the first time. To make known. Insight. Noun. A sight or view of the interior of anything. A deep inspection or view. Introspection. Frequently used with into. Detective. Noun. Law enforcement. A police officer who looks for evidence as part of solving a crime. An investigator. Adjective. Employed in detecting. Eyes. Noun. An organ through which animals see. Perceive surroundings via light. Verb. To observe carefully or appraising ly. Noun. A brood. Graph. Noun. Applied mathematics. A data chart. Graphical representation of data, intended to illustrate the relationship between a set, or sets, of numbers, quantities, measurements or indicative numbers, and a reference set, whose elements are indexed to those of the former set, S, and may or may not be numbers. Verb. To draw a graph. Rise. Verb. To move, or appear to move, physically upwards relative to the ground. Pine. Noun. Any coniferous tree of the genus Pinus. Companies. Noun. A team. A group of people who work together professionally. Verb. To accompany. Keep company with. Scarf. Noun. A long, often knitted, garment worn around the neck. Verb. To throw on loosely. To put on like a scarf. Bags. Noun. A flexible container made of cloth, paper, plastic, etc. Verb. To put into a bag. Pickpocket. Noun. One who steals from the pocket of a passerby, usually by sleight of hand. Verb. To pick pockets. To steal. Pronunciation. Noun. The formal or informal way in which a word is made to sound when spoken. Significant. Noun. That which has significance. A sign. A token. A symbol. Adjective. Signifying something. Carrying meaning. Labeling. Verb. To put a label. A ticket or sign. On. Something. Noun. A set of labels applied to the various objects in a system. Min. Noun. A unit of time equal to 60 seconds, 1/60th of an hour. Entries. Noun. The act of entering. Per. Preposition. For each. Liquids. Noun. A substance that is flowing, and keeping no shape, such as water. A substance of which the molecules, while not tending to separate from one another like those of a gas, readily change their relative position, and which therefore retains no definite shape, except that determined by the containing receptacle. An inelastic fluid. Handsome. Verb. To render handsome. Adjective. Of people, things, etc. Having a good appearance. Good looking. Infer. Verb. To introduce something as a reasoned conclusion. To conclude by reasoning or deduction, as from premises or evidence. Needed. Verb. To have an absolute requirement for. Adjective. Necessary. Being required. Specified. Adjective. Thoroughly explained. Verb. To state explicitly, or in detail, or as a condition. Consistency. Noun. Local coherence. Originally. Adverb. As it was in the beginning. Fold. Noun. An act of folding. Verb. To bend any thin material, such as paper, over so that it comes in contact with itself. Heads. Noun. the part of the body of an animal or human which contains the brain, mouth and main sense organs. Noun, a pair of speakers worn over or in the ears so only the wearer can hear the sound. Noun, that part of older sailing ships forward of the forecastle and around the beak, used by the crew as their lavatory, still used as the word for toilets on a ship. Interjection, a shouted warning that something is falling from above. Mind your heads. Rubric, noun, a heading in a book highlighted in red. Verb, to adorn with red, to redden. Adjective, colored or marked with red, placed in rubrics. Force out, noun, an instance of an out created by touching a base in advance of a runner who has no base to return to while in possession of a ball which has already touched the ground. Verb, to cause something to be ejected. Mother, noun, a human, female who has given birth to a baby. Scared, verb, to frighten, terrify, startle, especially in a minor way. Adjective, feeling fear, afraid, frightened. Agriculture, noun, the art or science of cultivating the ground, including the harvesting of crops, and the rearing and management of livestock. Pretty, noun, a pretty person, a term of address to a pretty person. Verb, to make pretty, to beautify. Adjective, pleasant to the sight or other senses. Attractive, especially of women or children, but less strikingly than something beautiful. Adverb, somewhat, fairly, quite, sometimes also. By meiosis, very. Moderator, noun, someone who moderates. Off, noun, usually in phrases such as, from the off, at the off, etc. Beginning, starting point. Verb, to kill. Adjective, inoperative, disabled. Adverb, in a direction away from the speaker or object. Preposition, not positioned upon, away from a position upon. Spends, noun, amount of money spent, during a period, expenditure. Verb, to pay out, money. She, noun, a female. Pronoun, personal, the female person or animal previously mentioned or implied. Gun, noun, a device for projecting a hard object very forcefully. A firearm or cannon. Verb, with, down, to shoot someone or something, usually with a firearm. Review, noun, a second or subsequent reading of a text or artifact in an attempt to gain new insights. Verb, to survey, to look broadly over. Mineral, noun, any naturally occurring inorganic material that has a more or less definite chemical composition and characteristic physical properties. Adjective, of, related to, or containing minerals. Soup, noun, any of various dishes commonly made by combining liquids, such as water or stock with other ingredients, such as meat and vegetables, that contribute flavor and texture. Verb, to feed, to provide with soup or a meal. Breeze, noun, a light, gentle wind. Verb, usually with along, to move casually, in a carefree manner. Skating, verb, to move along a surface, ice or ground, using skates. Noun, the action of moving along a surface, ice or ground, using skates. Engineers, noun, a person who is qualified or professionally engaged in any branch of engineering. Verb, to design, construct or manage something as an engineer. Nan, noun, a mother of someone's parent. Noun, a girl or an unmarried young woman. Maiden, noun, an effeminate man, especially a homosexual. Noun, a woman or girl employed to care for children. Hill, noun, an elevated location smaller than a mountain. Verb, to form into a heap or mound. Beer, noun, an alcoholic drink fermented from starch material, commonly barley malt, often with hops or some other substance to impart a bitter flavor. Verb, to give beer to someone. E, noun, the name of the Latin script letter E. Discounts. Noun, a reduction in price. Verb, to deduct from an account, debt, charge, and the like. Darned. Verb, euphemism of damn. Verb, to repair by stitching with thread or yarn, particularly by using a needle to construct a weave across a damaged area of fabric. Adjective, a minced oath for damned. Adverb, degree, damned, extremely, practical. Noun, a part of an exam or series of exams in which the candidate has to demonstrate their practical ability. Adjective, based on practice or action rather than theory or hypothesis. Sensible. Noun, sensation, sensibility. Adjective, perceptible by the senses. People. Noun, used as plural of person. A body of human beings considered generally or collectively. A group of two or more persons. Verb, to stock with people or inhabitants. To fill as with people. To populate. Noun, an individual, usually a human being. Persuade. Verb, to successfully convince someone. To agree to, accept, or do something, usually through reasoning and verbal influence. Outstanding. Verb, to resist effectually, withstand, sustain without yielding. Adjective, prominent or noticeable, standing out from others. Coincidence. Noun, of objects, the property of being coincident, occurring at the same time or place. Communicate. Verb, to impart. Evaluate. Verb, to draw conclusions from examining. To assess. Encourages. Verb, to mentally support, to motivate, give courage, hope or spirit. Soil. Noun, a mixture of mineral particles and organic material, used to support plant growth. Quote. Noun, a quotation. A statement attributed to a person. Verb, to repeat the exact words of a person. Proven. Verb, to proofread. Verb, to demonstrate that something is true or viable. To give proof for. Adjective, having been proved. Having proved its value or truth. Soul. Noun, a wooden band or yoke put around the neck of an ox or cow in the stall. Competition. Noun, the action of competing. Representation. Noun, that which represents something else. Punctual. Adjective, prompt, on time. Expensive. Adjective, given to expending a lot of money, profligate, lavish. Lung. Noun, a biological organ of vertebrates that controls breathing and oxygenates the blood. Gentleman. Noun, a man of gentle but not noble birth, particularly a man of means. Originally ownership of property, who does not work for a living but has no official status in a peerage. An armiferous man ranking below a knight. Attractions. Noun, the tendency to attract. Printed. Verb, to produce one or more copies of a text or image on a surface, especially by machine, often used without or off. Print out, print off. Adjective, written or published. Captivated. Verb, to attract and hold interest and attention of. Charm. Crowned. Verb, to place a crown on the head of. Adjective, wearing a crown. Mad. Verb, to be or become mad. Adjective, insane, crazy, mentally deranged. Adverb, intensifier, to a large degree, extremely, exceedingly, very, unbelievably. Ceiling. Verb, to line or finish. A surface, such as a wall, with plaster, stucco, thin boards, or similar. Noun, the overhead closure of a room. Obligation. Noun, the act of binding oneself by a social, legal, or moral tie to someone. Any. Adverb, to even the slightest extent, at all. Pronoun, any things or persons. Anonymous. Adjective, lacking a name. Not named, for example an animal not assigned to any species. Relocate. Verb, to move something from one place to another. Flies. Noun. The open area above a stage where scenery and equipment may be hung. Noun. Any insect of the order Diptera, characterized by having 2 wings, except for some wingless species, also called true flies. Noun. The action of flying. Flight. Verb. To hit a fly ball. To hit a fly ball that is caught for an out. Compare ground. Verb. And line. Verb. Verb. To travel through the air, another gas or a vacuum, without being in contact with a grounded surface. Noun. Rural. A wing. Dependency. Noun. A state of dependence, a refusal to exercise initiative. 15. Numeral. The cardinal number occurring after 14, 14, and before 16, 16. Optimized. Verb. Originally intransitive, to act optimistically or as an optimist. Found. Verb. To encounter or discover by accident. To happen upon. Noun. Food and lodging. Board. Overlap. Noun. Something that overlaps or is overlapped. Verb. To extend over and partly cover something. Really. Adverb. In a way or manner that is real, not unreal. Interjection. Indicating surprise at, or requesting confirmation of, some new information. To express skepticism. Saying. Verb. To pronounce. Verb. To try. To essay. Noun. A proverb or maxim. Enthusiasm. Noun. Possession by a god, divine inspiration or frenzy.